Hi, this is Rev Ed with today's Back Porch Devotional from Genesis chapter 39, verses 1 through the first part of verse 6. Now Joseph had been brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, the captain of the guard, an Egyptian, had bought him from the Ishmaelites who had brought him down there. The Lord was with Joseph, and he became a successful man, and he was in the house of his Egyptian master. His master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord caused all that he did to succeed in his hands. So Joseph found favor in his sight, and attended him, and he made him overseer over his house, and put him in charge of all that he had. From the time that he made him overseer in his house and over all that he had, the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. The blessing of the Lord was on all that he had in house and field. So he left all that he had in Joseph's charge, and because of him he had no concern about anything but the food that he ate. This is a remarkable turn of events. Joseph has been sold into slavery. He's picked up by Ishmaelite traders who sell him in turn to a man named Potiphar, who is captain of the guard for Pharaoh, who ruled over all Egypt. And Joseph is a slave. But it turns out, as we see, that the Lord is with Joseph, and basically everything he touches is successful because he's faithful to the Lord. And Potiphar is no fool. He sees that this young Israelite has something about him and that he can trust him. And so he puts Joseph in charge of all of his household. Joseph is blessing the household of Potiphar simply by being a godly man. And the Lord blesses Potiphar's household for Joseph's sake. This is just a remarkable picture of the way God uses his people in every situation, no matter where they find themselves, to be a blessing to those around him. And it reminds us that when we recognize that the Lord is with us and when we walk in his ways, we don't need to fear whatever circumstances that we are in. Joseph shows incredible faithfulness. He could have become bitter. He could have become angry. He could have just lashed out at everybody around him. Instead, he just looked at his situation and decided to make the best of it because he knew the Lord was with him. And God blessed him for it, and God blessed his master for it. This is just a beautiful picture of the way God's grace works its way through his people to bless those around them. And Joseph's life is just exemplary. Joseph shows what is illustrated in Psalm number 1 when it talks about the person who walks in God's ways. Listen to these words. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by streams of water that yields its fruit in its season, and its leaf does not wither. In all that he does, he prospers. The wicked are not so, but are like the chaff that the wind drives away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. Joseph is like that tree planted by streams of living water that yields its fruit in its season, when it's time. In all that he does, he prospers. His leaf does not wither. This is the life of someone who is planted in the goodness and the love and the mercy of God, and allows that goodness to flow through them to those around them. This is a model for all of us. Joseph shows us how we should live no matter what our situation. Joseph certainly didn't ask to be sold into slavery by his brothers. They spared him from death, but not by much. As far as they were concerned, he was as good as dead. And yet the Lord was with Joseph. And for Joseph's sake, the Lord blessed Potiphar's household. We should seek to be a blessing to those around us, no matter how awful our immediate circumstances may appear to be. If we truly understand that the Lord is with us as he promised, then there is no situation that will get us down. There is no circumstance that God is not the ruler over. And he can use us if we are willing to be used for his purposes, for his glory, and for our good. This is our charge and this is our call, and it can be exceptionally difficult. But to know that the Lord is with you is to give you peace and comfort and assurance, no matter what you find yourself in the middle of, because you can trust that God's plan is working itself out in your life as part of his larger purpose. When we belong to God, we are part of his kingdom and part of his unfolding plan for the whole universe. And every last one of us has an important part to play, even though nobody else might notice it. So know that the Lord is with you this day, in whatever circumstance you find yourself. And may you be a blessing to those around you, that they might catch a glimpse of this kingdom that the Lord is building through his Son, our Savior, Jesus Christ. God's blessings be upon you this day.